the Weather Xtreme video. This is the morning edition for Tuesday, August 23rd. I'm James Spann. We're setting up for some pretty typical late August weather here for the next 5 days. The tropics very active, and there is much to talk about. So let's roll. Here we go. You can see the ridge beginning to rebuild across the southern states. Still got some drier air over extreme northeast Alabama. Those are the numbers early this morning. Fort Payne, a little touch of fall in the air. They have 63. Cullman, 65. Those numbers not bad at all. Down below that stall front, Birmingham at 71, Tuscaloosa 73. We'll expect a high around 90 in most spots today. And around the region, you can see Nashville, they've got 63. Feels pretty good there. But the Muggies will win the battle. It's way too early to think that any dry air gets in here consistently. I mean, after all, this is still pretty much mid-August. Watch warning map. Pretty quiet this morning. Severe storms possible today across the nation's heartland at around Omaha and Kansas City. Pretty much the same zone tomorrow. And on day 3, Thursday, a marginal risk from Amarillo, Texas to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Sunday morning. Not very much. Really, for Alabama, mostly under 1/2 inch. And every day we'll have pop-up showers and storms around, but they're probably going to be fewer in number compared to last week. But this is what's happening in the tropics. There's our trio. Fiona is a kind of a dead duck tropical depression that is losing her life. Sad to say. The new system is Tropical Storm Gaston out there in the Atlantic, the eastern Atlantic. And the one for us to watch, it's the middle one, 99L. First off, this is Fiona, expected to dissipate over the next 24 to 48 hours. Between the United States and Bermuda, so we'll kind of stick a fork in that one. This is Gaston, looking pretty good. Estimated winds 50 miles an hour. This will likely become a hurricane. There's the official track. It's got it over the weekend approaching 30 north. And at that, latitude, typically they tend to recurve, and sure enough, all the ensembles do that. And there's a very high possibility this will not affect any landmass. But this is the one that's the intriguing system. This is known today as 99L, Invest 99, kind of approaching the Leeward Islands. What's this thing going to do? Let's look at the tropical models. Plot these things off of Google Earth. Always looks kind of pretty. Fairly tightly clustered. Most of the models bring it to a point around the Bahamas in about 5 days. And, of course, the big question, where does it go from here? Let's look at the ensemble data. First off, the GFS. Now, the blue, that's the operational. That's the, I believe, the OZ run, and it kind of loses it east of Florida. But it's a 21-member ensemble, and the mean of the members, they actually take it down across the southern tip of Florida, kind of crossing Miami and over toward Fort Myers, then kind of riding up the Gulf Coast of Florida. And let me just stress, nobody knows. Understand, this thing's not even on the board yet. It doesn't have a name. Until we get some good data. In fact, the hurricane hunters will be in there late today. It's within range of these guys. And we start to get some atmospheric data. You know, it's just a wild card at this point. But that's the GFS. Let's look at the European ensemble. And, of course, members are all over the place. But there's no doubt there's been a trend to the left over the past 24 hours, and the mean brings it, again, across the southern tip of Florida into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico. Do we dare go on? Oh, sure. How about the Canadian ensemble? And, of course, that'll creep everybody out. The mean, the black line, brings it up toward Pensacola. But, again, this is nothing but voodoo. Nobody knows at this point. Check the intensity guidance. And, again, understand this might not even develop. But the guys at NHC give it a 60% chance. Most models bring it up to tropical storm strength. A couple of them try and bring it to a Category 1 hurricane. So, again, we really have more questions than answers here. But it's just that's the one to watch is 99L. If it gets a name and develops, the name will be Hermine. All right, model fans, here we go. The GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid today at 1 o'clock, 594 Ridge rebuilding. Partly sunny. Maybe a storm in spots later today. Here's the HRRR at 6 o'clock. And radar's not going to look like that. You might see a storm, but they'll be fairly scattered in nature. And that's going to be the theme for a while. This is tomorrow. It's the same thing. Partly sunny, a few spots getting a storm. Thursday, highs, low 90s. And Friday, same thing. Partly sunny, hot, humid, a storm in spots. The latest GFS showing 94. And really for the weekend, the ridge goes nowhere. The weather's not going to change. Saturday, low to mid-90s. It's going to be hot. Understand it. I know school started. That doesn't mean it turns cool. I mean, this is August. This is summertime. This is the core of the heat here. And there's Sunday. Low to mid-90s, partly sunny, a few scattered afternoon and evening storms. Monday, same thing. And a week from today, 594 ridge still around. And it's the same setup. So it's a broad brush persistence forecast over the course of the next 7 days. So that's the GFS. And again, notice Tuesday of next week, you don't have any tropical mischief here. Well, let's look at the European Monday. Whoa! This is the OZ run. And again, we prefer the ensemble approach. But the data's there. And again, I think you understand how to use it on those that watch these videos. This is Monday the 29th, the European showing a tropical system around Lake Okeechobee. Check the end of the forecast period. This is September 1st. Back to the GFS, 594 heat ridge, a little west of here. And again, for us, not much change. And the GFS shows some type of weak tropical low over the Bahamas, but very weak. We'll contrast that with the European. This is what it does with the tropical system that was over Lake Okeechobee. This is Wednesday of next week. It's got in near Tallahassee, and then on Thursday, September 1st, it's off the Outer Banks of North Carolina, recurving. Now, all of these scenarios would not affect Alabama at all. We don't think it'll be a player here, but certainly for our friends in Florida, they'll have to watch this thing pretty carefully in coming days. Check the numbers. And again, come on, guys, this is August. You know it's going to be hot. Temperatures have been below average for a pretty good chunk of the month, but the 90s are coming back for a while, and lows mostly in the 70s. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.